It is a great satisfaction to greet you again. I hope you and your pet are well. Today we will talk about the following: 11 French Bulldog health issues should know about. Before bringing home a French Bulldog puppy, it is important that you are familiar with the numerous health conditions to which he is predisposed. These are some of the most common French Bulldog health problems. 1. Brachycephalic airway obstructive syndrome. Humans created these breeds by selectively breeding dogs with shorter heads. But there are some additional traits, like narrow nostrils and a small trachea, that were accidentally instilled in them that can make it very difficult for these dogs to breathe. 2. Heat stroke. When a dog's airway is blocked, panting is not as effective and it can be very difficult for these pets to calm down. This means that French Bulldogs are predisposed to heat stroke, so it is important to keep them inside on very hot and humid days. 3. Sensitive skin. While the skin and tail folds of French Bulldogs are traits that many find cute, the warm, humid environment those folds create predisposes this breed to skin infections. French Bulldogs are also genetically predisposed to allergies. Skin allergies occur most frequently when the child is between 1 and 3 years old. 4. Ear infections. The French are predisposed to ear infections for 2 reasons. 1. Allergies, which often cause ear infections in dogs. 2. The shape of your ear canals. French Bulldogs have narrower than normal ear canals, making it difficult for debris and moisture to exit the ear canal once it enters. This facilitates the development of infections. 5. Childbirth problems. French Bulldogs are rarely able to give birth naturally and almost always require a cesarean section. The reason? Once again, it all comes down to your upbringing. They have been bred to have noticeably large heads but very narrow hips. This combination can make it difficult for mothers to give birth naturally, as the puppy's large heads cannot always fit past their mother's narrow hips. 6. Back injuries. French Bulldog puppies can be born with a spinal deformity known as a hemivertebra or an incomplete vertebra, spinal bone. While this deformity does not always cause problems, it can cause compression of the spinal cord, which can lead to weakness in the hind legs, as well as fecal and urinary incontinence. 7. Greater risk with anesthesia. French Bulldog respiratory problems go hand in hand with an increased risk under anesthesia. Due to their narrower trachea and congenital airway abnormalities, it can be much more difficult to insert an endotracheal tube, which is necessary to help dogs breathe under anesthesia. 8. Falls. Cataracts are a hardening of the eye's lens, causing it to become opaque, cloudy, instead of clear. As cataracts progress, they eventually lead to blindness. French Bulldogs are genetically predisposed to cataracts and the only treatment is surgery. 9. Corneal dystrophy and corneal ulcers. Corneal dystrophy is another French Bulldog health problem that causes the cornea, the outer surface of the eye, to become opaque, cloudy. In general, the disease is not considered painful and does not appear to significantly affect the dog's vision. However, as it progresses, it makes dogs more susceptible to corneal ulcers, which are painful and require medical treatment. 10. Ocular dermoids. Dermoids are a growth of skin in an abnormal location. French Bulldogs are predisposed to having dermoids in their eyes. This is a congenital condition that usually presents at birth. While the dermoid itself is not necessarily uncomfortable, it often grows hair, which can cause eye irritation and inflammation. 11. Hip dysplasia. Hip dysplasia is a commonly inherited joint problem in French Bulldogs that results in a loose hip joint. This usually leads to arthritis and degenerative joint disease, which causes chronic pain. Responsible French Bulldog breeders often have their dogs receive special X-rays to ensure that they do not continue to pass on this trait. It is a pleasure to inform you and help you. If you have not subscribed to the channel, you should do it now. Take care of yourself and your furry friend. A hug, and until the next video.